Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a how to do dip nail powder at home for your nails. They sell a kit at Ulta from Red Carpet Ready. I don't have the box, but I have the logo there, and I will insert a picture of the box for you guys and link everything down below as well so you can see what I used. So basically this is just a tutorial on how to do it at home. It's really easy. To me it's easier than gel polish and it lasts a lot longer, and I think it's better for your nails as a whole. But if you are interested in this video, just keep watching.
Okay, so the first step is to prep your nails, shape them, buff them out, that kind of thing. And once you've done that, go ahead and clean them off with some, any acetone or anything like that, just to make sure they're nice and clean and ready and prepped. And so then you're going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of base coat to each nail and immediately dip it into whatever dip nail powder that of your choice. So right now I have a powder, I think it's called Nude Chic. It's actually from Sally. You can use any dip nail colors, just whatever you want. But Red Carpet Ready also sells them. So you're going to go ahead and apply that thin layer of the base coat and immediately dip into the dip powder, the color powder, in like a 45-degree angle, I guess, so to kind of prevent bubbles. And once you dip it into the powder, you're going to go ahead and tap off the excess just to make sure that there's no buildup, because you're going to be doing like another coat of it. And also, depending on the opacity of the powder, it kind of depends on the color and the brand. You might have to do more than 2 coats, maybe 3, sometimes even 4. But generally, I like to do 2 coats just because I don't like the nail to look super thick. So just keep that in mind as you're going, as far as thin layers and things like that, just to make sure that nail doesn't get thick. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my second coat. It's basically the same process. You do the base color or the base coat, and then you dip in immediately into the powder. Okay, so this would be after the second coat. I'm pretty happy where it's at right now. So now the next step would be to apply the activator to the nail. It's basically just kind of like smells like alcohol or acetone, and I feel like that's kind of what it is, just to dry the nail. And once I've applied that to all of my nails, I'm going to go ahead and apply the base coat again. Okay, so after I've applied the base coat to all my nails, I'm going to go ahead and buff them out. The kit comes with a buffer that I like to use. It has kind of a rough end, so I like to start off with that and just basically file down the top layer of the nail to make sure there's no bumps or anything like that and all the ridges are smooth. And then the other side, you can use it to kind of buff it out and make it shiny. You can also go in with a more coarse nail file, just to kind of make sure you file down the sides of the nails, just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Your nail is so hard at this point, you might need something a little bit more coarse to really make sure you maintain the shape of your nail, basically. So that's kind of what I did here. Okay, so the next step now is to clean your hands. Make sure you get all of the dust and excess off of your hands. The instructions actually say to just like wipe it with a lint-free cloth, but I kind of like to go a little bit further and just wash my hands with soap and water in the sink, just to really make sure that I've got everything off my nails, because I don't want to set it with the top coat and there being like powder everywhere on the edges and all that. It'll just be too messy. So go ahead and wash your hands at this point. And then we're going to go ahead and reapply the activator. This time we're going to apply it and then wait 20 seconds and then wipe it with a lint-free cloth. The kit actually comes with a few lint-free cloths, which are really helpful, but you can use a paper towel too. Okay, so now the final step is to apply the top coat. It says to apply 2 coats of the top coat. So basically what I like to do is apply one thin layer of it and then wait, I don't know, maybe like a couple minutes, maybe a minute or two in between layers. And then I'll go ahead and reapply the second layer. And then in order for it to dry, I kind of give it like at least 5 minutes. It dries really, really quickly to the point where it's hard and ready to go. But I like to give it at least 5 minutes to make sure that, I don't mess it up or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm just waiting for that coat to dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my second and final coat. Yay! Once you're done applying the top coat, just make sure that the edges are free of any excess top coat or polish or anything like that. And you can go ahead and wait for your nails to dry. So like I said, about 5 minutes or so. I mean, it could be less, but I give it a good solid 5 minutes and it will be completely dry. It's not like a regular nail polish where it takes a while. It's pretty quick. Okay, so my nails are pretty dry at this point. There's no tackiness, no sticky, nothing like that. So now I'm going to go ahead, and this is my step. I like to apply cuticle oil. This is the Mango Magic Cuticle Oil. They sell it at Sally. It's pretty inexpensive. It's like $3. But I love it. It smells so good, and it really hydrates your cuticles. I always feel like if your cuticles are not hydrated but you have like a nice manicure, it just doesn't look right. Like you need to have hydrated cuticles. So go ahead and apply this. It smells so yummy. It'll bring you back to the tropics, and it's so worth it. So I'll just apply this to every nail and then I'll go ahead and rub it in as well. And that's it, guys. It's pretty easy. I always like it better when I do it rather than going to the nail salon, but I really like it. It looks natural, but it still looks pretty polished and pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, guys.